Trade has traditionally been about goods moving around the world. Countries traditionally trade with each other because they're not self-sufficient. At the end of the Second World War, the transnational corporation became the dominant feature of the global economic landscape, resulting in more scope for people, ideas, technology, and finance to move across borders. Yet our thinking about trade hasn't moved on much. Trade, or specifically exports, is still a competition. Traditional trade in goods is still important. People will always need to eat and drink, build houses, and move products around the world. But what is bought and sold, and how trade moves around the world, tells us a lot about how things are changing. Value chains have become more important. You don't just buy a car anymore. You buy an entertainment system. You buy parking assistant. You buy a computer. You buy a navigation system. This means you can't measure trade in cars just in terms of trade in rubber tyres, engines, powertrains and chassis, or windscreen wipers. Banks finance all of this, so they need to know who trades what with whom, where are the risks, who owns the risk, how much of it is traded, and how much of it is financed. Banks need to know how companies create value chains, and in our new world, how those value chains can be made sustainable. But they don't know. Coriolis data is the only source in the world that integrates companies with value chains, supply chains, and trade in goods and services. Our multilateral platform can tell you more about who trades what with whom than anyone else. Our database consists of 200 million companies worldwide, trade flows across 200 countries, political and economic regions, and for the world matched to sectors and to companies annually, monthly, and projected forward so that users can see our view of the future. What if analysis to see how policy changes may impact a trade flow by company or sector and economic and political risk? Multilateral integrates the data tools via our platform in an easy-to-use interface and trade finance dashboards. This tool is unique because we standardise the trading language of all countries by taking an average of each trade. Using artificial intelligence, we can fill the gap of any missing data. The future of trade is data. Don't get left behind.